to face some pretty adverse conditions today, but thought we did a great job of stepping up and not letting the weather deter our game plan. And obviously, we really wanted to focus on playing a full game. I think the last couple minutes got a little bit sloppy, but overall, I was impressed with the way we were able to relatively minimize our turnovers. I mean, considering the conditions, I thought that we dominated ball possession, ball control. I thought we really dictated the tempo of the game. And so I'm proud of our girls for, again, not letting the conditions really affect our game plan.
How did you feel about the defense today? Especially in the first half, it seemed like it was going well, and Katie made some big saves in the first half.
Yeah, again, we stuck to our game plan. They have a couple great players, Kate Keegans and Alana Cohen. They're their top players, and I think we finally did a good job of sort of limiting the top players, which is something we've been focusing on because we hadn't been doing a good job of that. So I think we really did a good job of limiting, top players and minimizing the shots because, again, we wanted to force outside shots, low-angle shots, and I think that we did that today.
And then a recurring theme throughout the year, sort of the foul differential, is 22-9, I think it was.
Yep.
Today
it almost, it's just a wash today because getting your footing and obviously we should have probably adjusted a little bit better once the game started going and realizing, we got to slow our feet down a little bit as opposed to running at our girls. But, in a game like today, you can't really get on them too much.
There was a charge at the end that your girls seemed pretty pumped about.
Yep.
So is it something you've been working on, is trying not to foul but let them come into you and just take a charge when the opportunity is there?
Yeah, it is. It's not necessarily that we're focusing on not fouling, but we're just focusing on playing good defense and making the other team make the mistake as opposed to bailing them out by fouling. So, again, it's just a wash today.
And Allie Hools had 9 ground balls. Do you think that's a result of the weather, so many balls being on the ground, or is something?
A little bit of both. I think it's the ball being on the ground, but I think that she has just great anticipation and plays the ball and knows when to go for those and timing herself. So I think she did a really good job of acclimating herself to the footing and the weather today and being sharp and ready for the ball to drop.
And another 10-point performance from Katie Ferris. A little couple comments on that.
She played fantastic. Again, I think, I know she's always going to get her shots and a couple goals, but again, her having 5 assists is a credit to her, continuing to improve as a player and be sort of a field general for us and seeing the whole field and finding her teammates. So I'm really proud of the 5 assists she had today.
And you said you wanted to get more assisted goals. You had 12 assists out of 17 goals. So is that a number you're very impressed with?
Yeah, definitely. And I think, again, probably the weather factored into that a little bit in the ability for us to cut and beat our defenders. So I'm definitely proud of the girls for moving the ball, keeping their heads up, and finding the open player.